at any rate, John, this process of measuring the house, which, we're going to go room by room, look at the windows, attic insulation, a lot of different factors. This process can take about 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how many questions that you have and, depending how long it takes to measure the house. One of the things, John, that's really helpful in this whole situation to you and your family in this process is to make sure we get both homeowners involved in the design process. The reason that's important is that when we design a system, John, we guarantee that it's going to be perfect. We also guarantee that you and your wife are going to love it. And the last thing that we want is to design a perfect system for you, but then there are some accessories or perhaps indoor air quality products or other features or accessories that maybe your wife did want or didn't want, and bottom line is she doesn't like the system. And what that does obviously puts a big burden on us to make sure the system satisfies everybody. So we like to get both homeowners involved in the design process. So given the fact it's going to take 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how many questions you have, and that it's beneficial for you to have both homeowners involved in the design process, is there a time that we could come out and meet with both you and your wife?
That's going to be a little bit of a problem. We kind of work opposite schedules.
Okay.
So it's going to be tough to get us both in the same place at a time. And listen, I know my wife, so I'm pretty confident that I know what she's going to want.
Right.
Is it really a big deal?
Well, it kind of is. On the other hand, we want to be respectful of your time and your wife's schedule as well. But I would like to extend this offer, John. We can come out at times that are really convenient for you and your wife. This decision, it's really about you. It's really about your wife. It's not about our convenience, right? It's about coming out when it works for you. As I mentioned, it's very important to get you both involved in the design process because we want to make sure that your wife loves the system. And the reality is, buying a heating and air conditioning system today, John, is a little bit like buying a car. There are so many different variables in designs and technology and efficiency and this and that and the other. I mean, if you were going to go buy a family car, would you get your wife involved in that process?
Yeah, I'd better. I'd be in big trouble.
Hey, man, if I brought a new car home without checking with my wife and having her pick it out, I might be homeless or something like that. So, but it's not that much different with a heating and air conditioning system. Back in the day, 15, 20 years ago, HVAC systems were HVAC systems. But today there's such a huge variety in accessories and indoor air quality products and different fan operations, from continuous fan to modulating fans to off and on fans, all these different variables, different efficiencies, just a huge amount of different options. And so it's a little more difficult perhaps to buy an air conditioning system than it would have been 15 years or so ago. So because of those variables, it's really important that we get your wife involved in the process. Now, having said that, we can come at a very convenient time. We can come out in the evenings. We can even come out on a weekend. Whatever time would work for you and your wife. Have to be a Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we can certainly make that happen. How about 10 a.m. this Saturday, John? That'll give you guys a little time to sleep in and have some breakfast, take Theo for a walk, and then we can have, we're going to have Winston come out actually and have this discussion with you about a new system.
9 would be better. If
Okay.
it's going to take an hour and a half, this way that'll at least give us the second half of the day to hang out.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Well, John, let me get a little more information from you and we'll get this all set up.